Welcome to PowerPoint Basics, Lesson 3. Lesson 3 is going to be dealing with adding formatting to our texts, and we're going to be dealing with working with paragraphs and bulleted text and dealing with bulleted lists. Just as a brief overview, let's take a look at the steps it takes to create a presentation. If you click the New button, the little white sheet of paper that says New creates a new presentation and brings up that presentation in a title, subtitle, slide layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and put PowerPoint Basics on here and Lesson 3, and we'll just call it text formatting. And let's go ahead and apply a slide design. So if you go to the formatting toolbar and hit design, pick a slide that you like. We'll try this one here. And now let's get into the nitty-gritty of editing fonts. The first thing I'd like to deal with is applying different character formats. Let's say you like this background, you're really happy with it, but you're not real happy with the font choice that we have here. If you click and drag, you can highlight the font, and you can change that font by going to the formatting toolbar, choosing the font that you like. I'm going to pick Arial. You'll notice up here at the top that popular fonts that you've used in the most recent edits will be up here, like if I've used Arial more than once. I'm going to go ahead and hit Arial there. And once again, you can click down here in the placeholder for the subtitle and do the same. You can pick something. I'll just pick Franklin Gothic here. Okay, so that's the way you can, one of the ways you can edit the text. A few other things you can do if you want to change the colors. You just highlight the text that you want to change. Find the font color button on the formatting toolbar. If you notice right now it's white, so if I click on that, it's basically just going to turn my font white, which it already is. But if I hit the little black arrow beside it, I get the color scheme of this particular design template. Now if I want more colors, I can click on more colors. I can go to the standard and kind of like a color wheel, I can go through here and pick the colors I want. But I'm going to stick with the color scheme of the design template. I'll just hit orange there. And so now you'll see my PowerPoint Basics is orange. Now let's talk about aligning text. Right now you'll notice when you click inside of the PowerPoint placeholder, if you look up here you will see that it's centered. Now we can hit the left line and you'll notice it moves it over to the left, and we'll go ahead and do the same with this one, and you can kind of see not a real major difference there. Let's go ahead and undo our edits there. I don't know if I've told you before, but if you notice there's a black arrow beside the undo button, you can go back 25 steps that way and you can look. So I want to go back 2 steps and I can undo the 2 most recent steps that I just performed. So that might be something handy for you to keep. Let's go ahead and add a slide. I'm going to click over here in the slide pane, and then on the formatting toolbar I'm going to pick New Slide. By default, it does a text layout slide with text, title, text, and a bulleted list. So I'm going to go ahead and add a title here. Bulleted lists. And I'm just going to add some text here. Okay, very simple. Just want to be able to show you the concepts. If you wanted to change the text, the font or something of that nature, same goes here. You can highlight this text. I can come up here, I can choose Arial, I can change the font color, I can make it bold by hitting the bold button there. Now let's show you one little trick here. Some of you may have noticed this little paintbrush that most of the Microsoft products, Office products have, and it's called the Format Painter. What it does, it basically clones whatever you have selected. So for instance, right now I've got this selected. It's orange, it's bold, and it's Arial. Okay? So if I hit the paintbrush, what it's going to do, and if I drag it over top of some text that I want to change, it will clone what I had selected and turn whatever I just drug over into the same format. You notice that the font, the color, everything transitioned over. Now you can double click this and it'll keep letting you change things until you're done. Then you can just hit the escape key. Okay, the escape key gets you out of it when you double click. So if you once click it, you only get to do a one-time drag. Double click it, you get to keep dragging over whatever you want until you hit the escape key. Alright, let's talk about editing our bulleted list a little bit. If we highlight our entire list and right click, there's an option that says bullets and numbering. This is where we can go in and deal with the way our bullets are lined up. Let's take a look at, right now we're showing custom bullets. So if we click on the customize, it looks like you can do some crazy little symbols. You can also do a picture. Lots to choose from. You can even import your own picture if you're a designer and you want to do something that you've designed. I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to choose these arrows, and you notice we've got different colors here, and I'm going to pick this little light cream color here, and you'll notice now I've got these nice cream colored arrows. So we've changed the bullets that way. What if we wanted to adjust the spacing? Let's just say we're not real satisfied with the spacing here. Then what we can do is we can right click and go to let's go to the format menu. I apologize. Go to the format menu and choose line spacing. Line spacing. Just remember the format menu. Anytime you want to change the way something looks, 9 times out of 10 it's on the format menu. So I'm going to up this to about 1.5, okay? And you can just kind of get, if you hit the preview button, you can kind of see what it's going to look like. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. So now I've changed the line spacing. Remember, I just went to format and line spacing. Okay? Now, working with indents, let's say I make a sub point here. Alright. What if I wanted it to be indented underneath this as a test? Well, what you do, you just click in this line somewhere, and up here you'll see an increase indent. So if you click that, you'll notice that it increases the indentation. Click it again, it just keeps on getting smaller and smaller. Okay? And you can just keep on adding sub points. So I'm just going to put this is a sub. And I'm going to indent that even more. So you'll notice that you can go right down the line. So that's how you can do. Now if you make a mistake, you say, well, I meant for this to be a first level. You can just decrease the indent by hitting this button here, the decrease indent button, until you get where you want to go. Okay, that about does it for formatting text and working with bulleted lists.